Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm theaydenskye and hopefully you're having a very prosperous new year. As always, make sure you're subscribed so you'll never miss any content that I upload. And please make sure you like and share this video. Okay, so let's get into it. So today I'm going to show you my everyday makeup routine step by step, and you can pretty much follow along. I've already moisturized my face. Now I'm just adding some primer to get ready to apply foundation. Today I'm using one of my favorite foundations, which is the Maybelline Active Wear. It's a full coverage foundation and it does last me all day. My skin type is combination and this one definitely does not budge. With your foundation, take your time and use dabbing motions so that you can get the most coverage from your foundation. Make sure you don't forget your neck and just blend your foundation until it's even all over. Also, a good foundation is very important in your makeup routine because a good foundation, a full coverage foundation, will definitely last you all day and give you a great flawless appearance. So once you're finished blending out that foundation evenly, we're going to move on to concealer. I'm using two different concealers today. The first one that you see me applying here is the e.l.f. Matte Camo Concealer. Then I'm going to go over top of that with my Ardell Full Coverage Concealer. And I always move in sections with the Ardell concealer because it has a tendency to dry extremely fast, which makes it so hard to blend out the concealer. So I'm going to go ahead and use my beauty blender and I'm going to blend that concealer. And now I'm going to blend the concealer on my forehead and down the bridge of my nose and chin. After blending my concealer out, I always go back in with my foundation brush along the perimeters of the concealer and the foundation to blend them together so we have no lines of demarcation, so everything is seamless. The powder that I'm going to use to set my concealer and highlight is going to be the Maybelline Fit Me Press Powder. I really like this powder because it does make everything look extremely smooth and it does not crease. Be sure to apply that pressed powder to everywhere that you applied concealer. So that's going to be the chin, and then we're going to move on to setting the nose and the forehead. So now I'm going to set my foundation with one of my favorite pressed powders. It's an old time favorite. I don't know if you guys remember the L'Oreal True Match pressed powders. This is like one of my favorite pressed powders in the color Soft Sable. It definitely blends and makes everything look so smooth. I'm going to also make sure I use that pressed powder to set my eyelids because I'm not using any eyeshadow today. It's just going to be winged liner and lashes. So now I'm going to contour and snatch this nose. And I always do it with the same pressed powder that I use to set my face because you don't want your nose contour to be harsh. You just want it to give a slimming effect, but you still want it soft. So I always do it with my pressed powder, the same pressed powder that I use to set my face with. And make sure you bring that nose contour all the way up to the brow bone so you can have a snatched, pinched nose look. Then I go back in and clean up and define that nose contour. Okay, so I'm actually going to use just a bronzer to contour and bronze my cheeks and forehead area. And the bronzer that I'm using is by Covergirl.
Turn me inside out, make my heart beat, leave no one else. You're all I
And I actually
need,
like using just bronzer
personality,
sometimes
everything you
to
give
contour my cheeks and my
me
forehead
love.
because it does actually
Ain't no
look
changing
softer than using a cream contour and a
so
contour color. So
fly.
bronzer works just fine.
I got a crush on you, that's true indeed. I'm digging you, you make me believe your love is one in a million. You goes on and on and on. You
So now I'm going to put some blush on these cheeks. The blush that I'm using today is a coral colored blush from Covergirl Full Spectrum. I actually really like wearing coral colored blushes because coral blushes really complement melanin skin. If you haven't tried it, try it.
all day long. Then dip me underway. You know my flow. Hold me till I scream for air breathe. And wash me over until my well runs dry. Send all your sins all over me, baby,
So now that I've applied my blush, I'm going to step off camera and do my brows because the brows take the longest sometimes for me. So just to save time, I'll do them off camera. Okay, so now that I've done these beautiful brows off camera, I'm going to dust off all of that setting powder from the highlight. So now that all my setting powder is dusted off, I'm gonna move on to my winged liner. This I have to concentrate because I love a sharp wing. As you can see, I use small strokes when doing my wing liner because I like it very crisp and very sharp. So just take your time and practice with the wing liner. And I almost forgot, the liquid eyeliner that I'm using to create my wing is by LA Girl, but I'll make sure I mention everything down in the description box for you to reference. Alright, so now that I have the wing liner complete, we're going to move on to mascara. The mascara that I'm using today is by LA Girl. It's called Big Papa, right? And it's some really good mascara. It gives a lot of volume and it's very black. So once that mascara is on the top and bottom lashes, we'll move on to applying our false lashes. And you know I had to have me a moment while my lash glue drying. Plus that music was too good in the background. Now that my lashes are on, I'm gonna go ahead and press those down. Make sure they're secure. Now I'm gonna highlight my cheeks, Cupid's bow, tip of the nose, and bridge of the nose with a highlight from CoverGirl Full Spectrum. It's in a trio pack and it has 3 different colors that I mix 2 together to get the glow that I desire. So now I'm going to set my makeup with my hydrating mist from Hard Candy. So the last step in this look is applying lips. I'm going to apply a matte lipstick by LA Girl first. Then I'm going to apply some lip gloss on top of that matte lipstick to make those lips look all juicy and stuff. Alright, so that is it for this look. I'm going to slip on my outfit of the day so I can get out in these California streets. Here's the final look. I definitely hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Before you go, please make sure you like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe and join the family. And I'll see you next time.